Alrighty, here we go. WEC 44 Cub Swanson. What is the name of his opponent in that fight again? I was just watching it. It was Cub Swanson versus Frenchie. Cub Swanson versus Frenchie. Now, what is Frenchie's first name again? Oh, come on. I'm like drumming. Yeah, John Frenchie. Sorry about that. Kind of drew a blank on that. So, yeah, this was Cub Swanson versus John Frenchie. And Cub Swanson stopped him in the third round with a guillotine. Jumped the guillotine and got him out of there. Taking a look at this character model compared to this one, you can see the improvements in the model. It looks just like Cub Swanson. It really does, especially a young version of Cub. If there are any differences you guys think, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But to me, looks fairly okay. So four-star fighter regardless. Let's take a look at the perks. Higher altitude. He's got more perks now. He's got higher altitude, fast hands, untouchable like glue, and then to your feet. What about punch speed? Actually goes up to 93. Punch power stays 93. Accuracy goes down to 91. Blocking goes down, well, goes up a little bit. Head movement stays the same. Footwork goes up to 93. Switch stance goes down. That makes sense. Takedown defense stays the same. Kick power goes up. Kick speed also goes up. Takedowns, 91. Wow. Impressive. 91. Top control, 89. Bottom control goes up to 90. Sub offense, 92. Sub defense, 90. Ground striking, 89. Clinch striking, 94. Yeah, so his grappling, you can definitely see he used to be a better grappler back then, according to these stats. What about his health stats? Cardio goes down to 90. Chin, 94. Body health goes up to 90. Legs, 90. Recovery, 92. Cut resistance, 90. What about top moves? Kickboxing combinations, level 4, a 4-star. Lead collar tie clinch. Clinch knees to the body. Lead calf kick and guillotines. Yeah, most likely not going to be using any of this besides the kickboxing combinations. I'm not going to be lead collar tying with Cub Swanson. I'm not going to be spamming knees to the body. The lead calf kick I will be using. The guillotine, most likely not going to be messing around with that. I just want to have classic, cool, like old school style kickboxing that I used to do in UFC 2 with Cub Swanson. I'm going to move around the cage. I'm not going to be overly aggressive. I'll use my kicks. If I get the finish, awesome, I'll take it. If not, it is what it is. So that's kind of the way that I'm going to be striking moving forward a little bit, just to train myself to not chase finishes so aggressively, because that's how I get stopped a lot of times. So hope you guys are excited. Thank you to EA for adding some of these fighters, man. Of course, you know, this is most likely not going to have anything unique to them, but at the same time, it is still fun to get these new fighters in the game. So let's go use Cub Swanson from WEC 44. Let's do it. Alrighty, just got done doing a Dustin Poirier fighter showcase. We'll take care of that later. Now we're going to take a look at Cub Swanson, WEC 44 Cub Swanson. And we're facing a Brandon Allen. Anytime my opponent immediately goes to some obscure fighter, right? Or just a fighter that's not common, immediately I just assume the guy knows exactly what they're doing. And this guy does. He's looking like he knows what he's doing. But yeah, the fight that we're getting here, this is John Frenchie versus Cub Swanson. And Cub Swanson submitted him in round number 3 with a guillotine. Jumped the guillotine, got him out of there. So what I'm trying to do with this particular fight right here and just moving forward, I've said this before, but I get so hung up on finishing my opponents that I end up getting myself in trouble a lot. Like lately, When I lose a fight, it's because I've beat up somebody for a long time. Stay down, stay down. Because I've beat up somebody for a long time. They assume a really defensive posture and they back up to the cage all day long. And then I find myself chasing them a little bit too hard. Maybe I throw a punch, they slip it, they pull it, they duck it, I get countered, I get KO'd, stuff like that. So you guys will notice moving forward, I'm probably gonna resurrect some of my old style from UFC 2 where I'm more elusive. Just try to be a bit more elusive, moving a lot. And if I get a lead, I'm gonna hang on to it. If a finish happens, great, but I'm not gonna force it anymore. So you guys will see, I'm moving around this octagon way more than I normally do. Way more than I normally do. And that's just... So this fight will be long. It just means my fights will probably be longer. Because, like, I'm not as aggressive. But I think it's going to save me a lot of BS moving forward. Front kick. Especially while using someone like Cub Swanson. I definitely want to move and switch my stance and use my kicks and just put on a fun, beautiful performance. So we'll see if we can do that. Oh, I saw that too, but for some reason I popped back up before the kick actually whiffed completely. Yeah, some of these character models that EA are adding right now, man, these look great. They look great. Of course, you can tell the difference in quality between some of them and some other ones. And it's just, I think it's just the artist. You know, it's whatever artist was asked to do some of these. Either way, so much respect for these guys. Creating these character models is not easy, boys. I'm telling you. Although, I always wonder how some of these artists feel about constantly being asked to create like hyper-realistic character models where they have to recreate someone's likeness. You know what I mean? I know a lot of artists much prefer fantasy stuff. They prefer concept stuff. And I think a lot of 3D artists, a lot of them go into this thing because they want to create concept arts. That's what I'm thinking, right? A lot of them want to, you know, like the guy that created Kratos. You know what I mean? That was a fun thing, right? The concept art for Zeus. The concept art for Ares. The concept art for Hades. And then the other god of wars. You know, the concept art for Thor. And Mimir. And Loki. I mean, we all know who Loki ended up being. You know? Balder, however you say his name. Odin, all these guys. These concept arts, I guarantee, are definitely more fun to do than, hey, we want you to recreate Cub Swanson. Now, for me personally, if I'm being honest, I would have way more fun recreating a real person. But that's also because I've always just been more of a hyper-realistic style artist. And just in general, I like got him. That was nice. In general, I like recreating something that already exists in reality. I'm not a big fan of fantasy. I'm just not. The movies I enjoy watching, you know, I'm not a big fan of fantasy style movies. I like movies set in the present day, for example. Same with video games. And I was like, it's a big part of why it's weird. It's very weird. There are certain, like, if you're gonna go back in time, there's certain things I would prefer. Like, go back in time and do like a Western. I don't really like that too much. Now go back in time and recreate ancient Rome, ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? Ancient Greece. Oh yeah. Bring it. I want it. Yeah, so you know, like when I see, which is kind of why the new Naughty Dog game, Intergalactic, that they're making right now, I don't know, man. Like I'm iffy about it, but just because it's Naughty Dog, I'm gonna go into it with the best intentions possible. I'm gonna give them all the chances in the world to impress me with that game. But it's supposed to be like a game in the future, like space kind of stuff. Just all the Star Wars and all that stuff. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that stuff personally. Yeah, so if I was a 3D artist and I was tasked with recreating Cub Swanson, it would be fun for me. Now, if you ask me to come up with a brand new character, I'm not very good at that. I don't find that to be too fun. I'd rather recreate something that already exists. This guy is actually really good, man. I'm really, really enjoying this fight right now. You can tell I'm having fun with a fight when I'm not like fucking tense and like just when it's just flowing. We're both, you know, he's not doing anything that's making me go, oh my god, here we go. Right? He's clearly just trying to kickbox. He's doing a good job of it, and I'm trying to do the same. So respect to this guy. I really enjoy fighting players who just don't feel like everybody else I ever fought. Woo! Nice. Got him. There we go. Back up. Swung that crazy overhand at him. There we go. Again. Again. Whoa! Hey, I want my teep. Hey, stop interrupting my teeps. Got him again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dropped again. Yeah. Oh! Most likely gonna, yeah, decision. That's okay. Just bow to him. Just bow to him. Respect to you, brother. Respect, respect, respect. There we go. That was a fun fight. Very fun. And it was a good fight. Yeah, tell him. Respect, nice striking. Good shit, man. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna leave this at that. I really like the way this fight played out. It was straightforward. My opponent had a very, very fun style to fight. I don't need to ruin this by potentially running into someone that's going to piss me off. So we're gonna leave it at that. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like on it. Give me your thoughts on Cub Swanson from WEC. And I'll see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out, boys. Have a good one.